If the gentleman from Texas, I don't have any more speakers.
Gentleman from Texas.
And Mr. Speaker, I have no further speakers, and I am prepared to close.
Gentleman may proceed.
The bill we're discussing today rightfully focuses on our physical security. But what of our economic security? What of our future? And what of our freedom? Mr. Speaker, I represent a state that is known for rolling up their sleeves and working hard. Texans know that prosperity does not come from borrowing and spending, but rather working hard and saving for the future. As I spent this last weekend down in my district speaking with my constituents about the need to help the economy, the overwhelming message I heard was concern that once again, Washington was out of touch. My constituents don't want a supposed stimulus that creates 30 new government programs. They want a real stimulus that creates real new jobs. They want tax relief for hardworking Americans and economic relief for businesses, small and large, in order to rebuild our economy. And they find the prospect of saddling their children and their grandchildren with trillions of dollars of debt to be unthinkable. Make no mistake, the bipartisan coalition that opposed this misguided measure last week acted simply not to obstruct, but rather to promote common sense measures for economic growth. We voted for tax cuts, for better jobs, for long-term growth over short-term gimmicks, and for the post-partisan environment that we saw in the west front of this very building on January 20th. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Texas yields back the balance of his time. Gentleman from Mississippi.
Mr. Speaker, I yield my